Okay then. Right, these piggy tails are hurting my head. You know, it's funny when I take them out, it's quite funny because my hair just sticks out the rest of the day. I'm not going to do that on the stream, you'd all laugh at me. I'm sorry, I like your opinions. Well, it's obvious that whoever's unfollowed me obviously disagrees with what it is I have to say, and if that's the case, they're morons, and I don't want them following me, whoever it is. Okay. Right, so here's our pretty map. We've also done it for this one too. Right, so I'm going to open Photoshop because I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get this to work. But it's probably going to cause a bit of lag because it usually does when I open Photoshop. I like your pigtails. Piggy tails. I like them too. My mum says I look like a little girl when I have piggy tails. She says I look 12. I don't care. Maybe I want to look like a little girl. Nah, that's creepy. Nah. Well, no, I'd rather look. But one good thing now, I went to the shop to buy some wine the other day. And I didn't even get ID'd. I was shocked. So I was like not really dressed up or anything, so I looked super young. When I haven't got makeup on, I look about 14. And I didn't even get ID'd, so I was like, okay. Awesome, because they're actually quite strict at some of these shops. You look like you're normal age, but with pigtails. I look my age, is that what you're saying? Because I'm not sure about that. No, I've not met one person that says that I look my age. Photoshop, see, it's taking forever. This whole time Photoshop's been loading up. My normal self would be, yeah, probably do. Okay. I'm trying to think, what Final Fantasy is this song from? It's weird. Okay, I'm just opening my files. Every time I open Photoshop now, those grids are there. I wonder if there's a way to have the grids not be there when you open something. Because the grids are handy for some things, but I don't want them there for every single file that I open. Okay, so where are you, Photoshop? Okay, sometimes I think maybe I should just use display capture instead of all these window captures. It would make my life a lot easier, but I could get stalked, that's the problem. Okay, so I'll explain what I've been up to if it decides to not be a slow bro. Okay, so yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, we did our parallax map. We've got our flowers here. Look how much, do you think that makes it better, guys? Do you think it makes it better? Okay, I do. I think it's much prettier. I hope it's not like too overcrowded or sore for your eyes or anything to look at. It was sore for my eyes at first, but I think that was because of the purple flower colour. It was a little bit jarring compared to the other colours. So I think turning it into more of a lilac has made it softer. But yep, the problem was we need to go under the trees, which I did. What I basically did was do all the trees. I put them all there, and then I ended up doing the treetops. These sections here are basically all the bits my character has to go under. It's going to be the overlay. So this image gets put into RPG Maker and it's at the top as an image. So my character will walk under all these, which is good because we want the character to go under the trees, if that makes any sense. So, and I did the same for this map here. But this one was a lot easier because there's only a few trees on this map. So, I did that. And I put in RPG Maker. Where are you? Let's load the game and see how the maps look. I'm going to mute the audio set though, just in case the sound of the game comes on. I think I've got the game sound muted. Hi Cass, welcome to the stream. There's a pretty cool plugin for OBS that will automatically switch us around based on what window is highlighted. Helps with switching windows. Really? Well, I'll look into that for sure because that'll help me a bunch. The one thing about doing this sort of project on stream, that's the problem. All the windows I've got open, and it's much safer to use window capture over the display capture because it hides all my private information that way, which is great. But it's also a pain in the ass to use window capture because I feel like I'm having to constantly hide windows on OBS. So yeah, if there's something that can help with that, I'm gonna have a look. Do you know what the name of the plugin is? Okay, so let's have a look how our map looks. It's totally worth it. I use it for when I do coding stuff and bouncing between windows. Ooh, oh my goodness, I can't wait to get that plugin. It will be so good. I would look into it now, but I don't want to waste any time. We've got a lot to get on with today, so I'll do it after stream instead. But oh no, our monster's in the way. Okay, have we got like an immense amount of lag here or something? I'm a bit concerned, I have to say, because one worry about parallax mapping, the reason I didn't do it, was the worry about huge amounts of lag, and it seems that we are getting that. My map size isn't too big, according to my research. Maybe there's another plugin that will be better that won't make as much lag. I don't want that. But yeah, look, we're going under the trees now. It's great. And this one as well. So it's like a proper map. My only issue is, one thing I've noticed is you can kind of see the top of a character's head when he goes under some things, but I'm not sure what I can do to combat that issue. Well, at least it can go behind trees. Oops. Yeah, battle system time. I was working on the hood a bit, which is much better than it was. It's tidier now. Okay, so we're gonna have a look at that battle system after. because we got some other stuff to do first. But we're definitely gonna, I think, put some of the enemies onto our map today. So I'm gonna just quickly show you guys what the results were for our poll for our enemies. Oh, so it's not running as smoothly? Nope, it's not. And that was why I was very adamant on using tile sets for this whole project, because I knew we wouldn't get lag that way. But then I ended up changing my mind, didn't I? Because I thought, well, I want to make pretty maps. So, I don't know why I've got that. That's not the right thing. So unless I'm gonna have to have a look, maybe there's a plugin that can solve the problem. Maybe the plugin I've used for parallax map isn't the best one. Maybe there's other ones out there. Yeah, window capture, automatic scene switcher, which I think is built into OBS, and if you want more tools customization you can use advanced scene switcher. Okay, well thank you very much, Cass, for letting me know about that, because I would never have known otherwise. That would have been a shame. So I'm sure it's going to make my life a lot easier. Well, I appreciate you letting me know. Okay, so here was our results for our poll. We got our enemies here, and I'm in the way, kind of some of them here. Can I move this across a bit so you guys can actually see? No. Yeah, I'll move this here. Hi Dark, how are you doing? It's been a couple of months. Sinclair College has been really getting to me, but I have time to visit. Yay! Well, it's awesome to see you again. I hope that it's not too bad, and it's nearly the summer soon, isn't it? So you'll get a holiday off college, I'm assuming, which will be nice. But other than college, I hope life is treating you well, Dark. You're majoring in creative writing. That's so cool. I hope you're having lots of fun. I've attempted to write a story, a novel, a few times, but I've never ever got to the stage of doing anything more than one chapter. I kind of do world building, and then I end up not doing the rest. I've got about 8 novels, not stories in on my computer. I used to be part of a creative writing community, and we critique each other's work together. That was pretty fun. I told you about that and sent you a video in which I demonstrated how to automatic scene switcher work. Did you? Really, Rex? I know that you were showing me stuff on OBS, like you was telling me how to get the window captures working properly, but I don't remember you showing me anything that would have solved the problem that I had. So I've got a really bad memory. What sort of creative writing, what genre do you like writing, Dark? Is there a particular genre? I'm always pretty much attached to my sci-fi and fantasy sort of genre. I really need to start reading more as well. I want to get into like a book series, but it's getting the time. I've got all the George R.R. Martin books up there, and I haven't really read them properly. I've just like kind of skimmed through certain characters' chapters. I promise you I did. This was a while ago when you first started this project. How come I didn't like do it then? What was my reason for not bothering? Because that's weird. I can't imagine they'd be like, no, screw that. Unless there was some like major like downfall about with it. I'm curious. You do all that art yourself? Oops, so here we go. Assets. Yeah, the command Rex is exclamation mark assets. What basically like it's ready done assets, but it's because of the project nature. Yeah, I want it to be quite fast paced. Like, I'm hoping chapter 1 of this will be more or less ready in the autumn time, maybe even sooner than then. But if it was like all my own, it would probably take about 1.5 or 2 years to even get to that point. And I see this project as a kind of practice project for me, because I have an interest in game dev and I want to make my own game one day and release it as a product. But I'm not really that experienced with game dev, so this is kind of my practice into that industry. Because this will all be free to play. The episodes, when they're released, they'll be put up on some sort of site or whatever. Not sure yet how I'm going to do it. Someone mentioned, is it Itch.io? I'm not the name of the site, but yeah, it's a site that has games on, so I might use that for putting them up on. Art assets are so tough to do. Yeah, and I did a graphic design degree, and I can somewhat do, if I wanted to, I could easily do my own art assets, but it's just the time, isn't it? It's extremely time consuming, and when you think about everything you've got to do, the tile sets, the battle sprites, the character sprites, the hoods, it's like it would take an obscene amount of time. And I kind of like did the battle hood myself last night, so that's sort of mine. Hi White, how you doing today? Hope you're having a good Friday. Yeah, it's Friday today. You started the project but weren't streaming it. It was when you opened up people to create their own characters, so I imagine you just forgot. Oh, okay. Well, that is weird that I just forgot about that. I'm ashamed of myself. Okay, so here's our enemies, and we're gonna see which ones won the poll. So let's pick a pretty colour. Blue. Right, so the one that got the most votes was C. Which one's C? Should we see what one C is? Oh my gosh. It's the deer. I feel like that clashes. Yeah, we use yellow. So deer is one of our enemies, and we got 2 with 10. B and G. There's none that I've missed, it's alright, because I always like miss things. B and G, yay, plant. And G's our little stumpy. So we got J with 9 votes, and that's the big tree. So what I'm thinking of doing is having, originally I said we'd have 3 to 4 different enemy mob types, but I'm thinking we should have 6 or 7 now, because different screens will have, because we're going to have a second party member join us probably in the second part of this forest after a cutscene. Not saying who yet, I've got it in mind. So the enemies will probably change at that point in the last 3 screens of the forest. So if we have like 6, 3 types can be in the first half and the other 3 types can be in the second half, if you get what I mean. Because otherwise, if we use those same enemies when we got 2 party members, the balancing will be off and there might be a bit too easy. And it's always nice to vary it up a bit. Like, we won't want the plant and the deer and all the time throughout all the screens, because it just gets monotonous. So it's nice to vary it up a bit. The art takes so long, I agree. I started a project last year that got put on the back burner because I just hated doing the pixel art for it. It was taking way too long and made me miserable. Yeah, Cass, and it's just, that sounds like burnout to me, like, which is very easy for that to happen even in a project that you're really passionate about. If you just put too much on yourself. So it's unfortunate, and that is something I want to avoid with this as much as possible, which is I'm kind of trying to get the workload off me as much as possible, so this can be like a fun, casual, relaxed project. I don't want it to be one of those serious things that steals my life away. It's kind of just something that we're just all doing for fun, and even the game itself is hopefully gonna be fun and wacky and silly, the characters and stuff. So yeah, anybody that wants to start a project, a game or something, sometimes I think I recommend just maybe getting help elsewhere, like on some part of the project, because doing it all yourself is ridiculous, and it will steal your life if you do. It will steal your whole life. But like I say that, but I do want to do one myself. There's a game, I've already thought of the concept of it, and that's something I want to do all myself, like all the artwork and that, but I'm just taking that a step at a time. I've still got to do all the world building first before I even begin it. Okay, so have we got any? We've got 3 that have 8 votes. Hang on a minute. We got 1 with 11, 2 with 10, 1 with 9, and 3 with 8 votes, and the others have 1, 3, and 2. I feel like I'm missing something here. Yeah, so because we got 3 without votes, that means we're going to have 7 enemy types, which I think is fine. We'll see how it goes. So, the flower was 1. E and F. So, that's the shroom and the bee. So, the only ones that aren't going to appear as an enemy are a little dragon bandit friend, poor little golem, and scary panda. So we're just gonna, yeah, we got those 3. So for our first 2 screens, I'm gonna think who would likely be there. I can see Mr. Big Tree making an appearance on the later screens. We've got 2 party members, maybe Stumpy and Deer as well. Okay, so I think flower plant and bee, and maybe the shroom are some of the first enemies we might encounter, and then probably these ones on later screens. I don't know how solo developers do it. I know, huge admiration for them. A guy that made Stardew Valley, he did it all himself, didn't he? Very committed, clearly. Makes me wonder, like, how did he give his whole life away for that project? Maybe, I wonder. Or did he have a life outside it? Because it's like crazy to think how much time must go into that. All these enemies are just so perfect. Yeah, you like all of them. You like all the 7 of them. I agree. They're all very fitting. And yeah. So we've got. Let's get the other paint file up for our levels, and I can show you what we could probably do with these enemies and what sections they'll appear on. Okay, this is so this is the problem. This is why I need that OBS plugin or whatever it is, because I'm here and I need to open yet another paint file. Oh, that's my don't know why that's there. Okay, so wow, what an absolute... I'm trying to get this other paint file up. Yes, if this is true, if this OBS plugin thingy-majig works, I'm like, what the hell, why didn't I use that? Because this is ridiculous, guys, doing it this way. It's absolutely insane. I mean, I need to get another window. I feel like I've got about 50 window captures out here. Okay. Finally. It's here. Okay, so that's Lateful. That's we've done screen 1 and 2, and we're still working on screen 3. So this is just an idea. I might change it at a later point. I'm just gonna put the enemies that will probably appear on each screen as a guide. It's not final. We might change it, but this is just a guide. Okay, so okay, so we'll probably still have enemies on this screen, even though there's an event here. So maybe we'll just have the ones that have already appeared, probably. I'm not sure which ones yet. And then we've only got 3 more left. We've got the deer. So the deer was everyone's favourite. I like Stumpy. I think Stumpy's cute. Stardew is an insane example of it took the guy 5 years to do it. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was a follower of his blog, but I knew somebody that started following that blog from day one, when Stardew was like in its very early stages. So I kind of saw the development, really. So I think Mr. Big Tree can make an appearance on screen 6. I think it's kind of makes sense that the big scary one comes later on. The big scary one. And he's like, he's Stumpy's daddy. So I think that's all of them, isn't it? Yeah. And we still got to have a boss together that we decide on, and we will encounter that boss on screen 6. That'll be an event. So that'll be fun. We don't know what that boss is going to be yet. I was following it back too then. It was fascinating to watch it grow, and then it exploded when it came out finally. Yeah, I had no idea it was going to be as huge as it was. Like, I thought this game's going to be really cute, and I'm sure it's going to be a really successful game. But it was like a ridiculous success. And I really like that. I really like to see that small teams can have a really successful game. You don't need to be a AAA dev company to do it. It's very inspiring. Okay, so I'm going to just put all 4 of them on screen 3 because I'm not sure which ones will be there, but it's definitely going to be the same enemies on screen 3 as screen 1 and 2. So this is just a guide for enemy. It could potentially change if we think, actually no, this enemy should be here instead of this one. But it's nice to just have a plan. So yeah, there we go. Our enemies are decided. I'm not going to say this. I still need to post this on Twitter. I've been neglecting it. Okay, so cross off. Okay, now what are we going to do? We've got a few things to do today. Let me look at my list. Oh, we got to add the cliff decorations, and that's literally, we still need to do a shadow on the bridge though. And I mentioned last time that we're probably going to turn Lakefall into a parallax map as well, just so we can put some flowers here on the outskirts of Lakefall, just so that it blends into the forest. So it's not too like, whoa, look at all these flowers, if you know what I mean, because Lakefall's pretty bare. We got a few flowers but very little, so if we like put a few flowers here in the outskirts, then it won't be like a sudden change. It'll fit more. And I think we could do it, put in a bridge shadow here as anyway. And I still need to know how to do that shadow, because I'm pretty clueless on how to handle shadows to make it look like it's not falling vertically down. But we can just do it. The parallax map is pretty easy to edit. And an update is coming soon that will make multiplayer a little better and such. We should play that again sometime. It's fun. I know. I miss you, Rex. I feel like we're not hanging out as much lately, so that'd be nice. Okay. Right, so we can do the cliff decorations today, but we also need to do the mini maps for screen 1 and 2, and I really want to add the enemies to the map today. Maybe do some of their sprites, and we'll have a little red dot on the map to symbolise where the enemy is. So that'll be fun. Stop it, I'll cry. I'll cry. Okay, so I'm going to just have a quick little look at the cliff decorations. So I'm thinking of like these sort of plants here, but I'm not sure how long to do them. I want it to look like a complete mess, but at the same time I want the forest to look lived in. I don't want, the cliffs are too perfect at the moment. But I think doing it like that, it doesn't look natural. So it's important it looks natural, because that's clearly just a copy of the one above it. We need longer ones, that's what we need. These are too short. We want ones that go all the way down. But yeah, I think those are, in that we did it in Lakefall, we did it at the back of here, we put a bit of grass bits and flowers, and so that could work. We could put some of those on, but I don't want to spend too much time doing cliff decorations today, because it's again a very one of those things that you could spend 2 hours doing and then the stream will be finished. What do you mean you're crying? Stop it, because I will as well. And I'll have to hide behind Mark. Okay, breaking up that cliff pattern will help so much. Yep. I just know it's going to be a real time consuming job, but I feel like the map has come on a lot compared to what it originally was, which literally this was what it originally was. It's still like quite cute, but it feels so empty compared to what we've got now. But we'll see. We might start adding some cliff decorations later on in the stream, but I want to prioritise what's most important today, which mini maps is definitely something, and getting the enemy map sprites on the map, and start probably having a little go at the battle system and balancing the enemies, making sure that we can kill them in about 2 hits would be cool. And I'm excited to start thinking of some names for the skills we can give the enemies. So we're not going to do a poll today, but next week we'll probably start doing polls again for that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm going to get graphic scale up. Last time on Wednesday's stream, I was having problems with the gridding graphic scale. I couldn't get it right. And the reason why it wasn't working is because it does things differently to Photoshop. The 48 by 48 grid it doesn't work. It's a 24 by 24 gridding graphic scale for some weird reason, and that completely fits exactly with how the grid is in RPG Maker, like that. So this is how we do our map. I need to look at how the original map looks, because I need to get a colour picker and make sure we get the right colours as well. So I found the maps, but they're a bit transparent, so it's not the accurate colour. One sec, I'm sure I've got the colour somewhere. It's very one challenge is staying organised with a project like this. It can be a challenge to keep everything really organised. It's so easy to be like, crap, where's that? Where did I put that? Here, yeah, this is it. You guys can't see it, but I can, because I'd have to open another window capture otherwise. Okay, so I've got to remember how I did this now. It might be a little bit fiddly, but we can do it. So we have 2 colours. We have a darker blue for the bits you can't walk on and a light blue for the bits you can walk on. And the buildings are like in between colour. So first we'll do the bits that we can't walk on, maybe. So we need to make sure we get that colour. Right, so it is 9, 46, 94. Oh, that's the right one. Okay, so actually no, I think we need to do the bits we can walk on first. It's probably easier that way. Oops, I'm a silly. I'll just change the colour again. How did I do this again? There's a really easy way to fill in these little squares. Was it snap? Oh yeah, I think, yeah, it was a snap. That's it. Easy peasy. So I'm going to zoom in a bit because my eyesight isn't that great. I can't see that close. Quirky, thank you for the follow. I like that name. It's cute. So really, this might look like a bit of a time-consuming job, filling in the map with all these squares, but it won't be really. All we gotta really do to make it easy on ourselves is do all the bits that you can walk on first, and then just use probably the paint tool or whatever to fill the rest in with the dark blue. And it doesn't have to be like ridiculously accurate or anything. Like, as you can see, I've probably gone over some bits that you can't walk on, but the map's going to be quite a small size anyway, at its original size, so it doesn't have to be like perfect. You don't have to think, oops, not that square. I'm looking forward to seeing this map in the game though, because we've only got the like 4 maps so far, and it'll really like be awesome to see this there with like the little red circles that will represent the enemies. I'm not sure how many enemies we should have on this map yet, but this is why test plays are helpful. Because I want to get the balance right. I don't want people being like, oh my god, this is such a grind getting through these 2 screens. But I don't want it to be a walk in the park either. Okay, so Black Mamba, oh my goodness, thank you for the host. How are you doing? It feels like forever. How's it been? What have you been up to? That's nice, and something like this can be relaxing in its own way. Yeah, it is actually quite relaxing to make a map. Once you like understand what you're doing and the process, it becomes really relaxing. It's only like stressful the first time you're trying to figure something out, but once you get used to it, it's quite nice. It's like the trees that I did off stream yesterday. At first I was getting a bit stressed on stream doing them, but then once I worked out how to do them, I thought actually this isn't too bad. This is all right. I've got a watery eye. I've got allergies again, guys, because of it's the spring, so I get hay fever. My dad had an injection up his butt, and I was talking to him and he says that I should have it as well. And my mum was like, no, she's fine. She's totally fine. She doesn't need that. I'm not having an injection up my butt ever again. Thank you very much. I've already had that experience once. Yes, I have. Confession time. I'm tired but good. Yeah, I've been cleaning and whatnot because I have inspections and stuff. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I need to take a leaf out of your book and clean as well. Honestly, there's dust everywhere in my room right now. It's terrible. I used to be so tidy, and ever since like Twitch has come along, I'm messy now. That doesn't sound fun until you need one again. Hiya, Ware and Jack Boy. I was gonna say the first part of your name, Ware, and then I realised I can't pronounce it, so I'm calling you Ware. Just like we agreed the other day. How are you guys doing? But I might as well tell you now what all that. I had to have an injection on my bum because when I was on holiday about how many years ago now? About 6, 7 years ago, approximately. I was in my early 20s anyway. I was on a family holiday, and I ended up developing an ear infection in the swimming pools. And I wasn't the only one, a lot of us did. My dad had an ear infection as well, and basically the whole hotel had an ear infection eventually. And so I had to go to the medical centre, and they gave me some antibiotics to get rid of it. And I realised, well, I was really ill. I wasn't good in a good way, and I had to go to hospital, and they found out I was allergic to penicillin. And yeah, I had to go in an ambulance and stuff, and then they ended up having to get it all out of my system. So I put a needle on my butt. It was so embarrassing. I mean, the worst thing was they spoke in another language, so they didn't. There was no warning. They didn't even tell me, okay, you're gonna have to have an injection up your butt. They didn't even. Because they didn't speak English, so it was so scary. Oh my goodness. I need a huge ass mop because hardwood floors suck. Yeah, and I don't like wooden floors. I'm more of a carpet person, but we have wooden floors in our house because my parents prefer wooden floors. But I don't like them. I fell over the other day. I slipped on the wooden floor. Because the slippers I wear, these are my slippers, right? These cute little slippers here. They're actually quite slippy at the bottom, even though they shouldn't be. But the floor was actually quite slippy, and that's why I don't like wooden floors. Don't like it. Plus they're cold to walk on in the winter as well. I had that one recently because I stepped on a rusty something or other, not sure what it was, but I had to have a tetanus shot. Oh my goodness, that sounds really painful. Ooh. But yeah, it's yeah. Thank you, Rex. I'm not even sure what was said then in chat, but I'm assuming it was the trolls. That's what I'm assuming. Okay. Right, we're doing our map, and I need to look at what our other map looked like. A sec. Because we've got these bits at the top here that we should be able to walk on, but I don't know if I should do that because they're unwalkable. Because in Lakefall we had another section. No, I think later on when the shortcut opens on this part here, I'll add it to the map. Then maybe. But I don't want to confuse people by making think that these are walkable areas, so I'm probably going to just paint them dark blue for now. I can always, if I decide that they should be there, I can change it in the future. I need a carpet too for my living room. Our living room, I think, is the only room with a carpet, actually. But the kitchen and all the hallways, my bedroom and all the other bedrooms in the house have wooden floors. But I think carpets are cozier. Because it's not warm where I live in England. It's not, we don't get the nicest of weather. So walking on cold wooden floor isn't very pleasant. They were just copying at your about section and pasting them in chat. Wasn't bad, just annoying. Well, that is kind of trolley, isn't it? I guess so. Yeah, you did the right thing banning them. I probably would have been like, what are you doing? It's not what it surprises me the amount of morons in this world. Like, you think people have like brains, but they don't. Also, we need, where's the ladder? There it is. So that bit needs to be light blue. My living room, kitchen and bathroom have hardwood, and my bedroom is the only carpeted area. I used to have carpet in my bedroom and then they got rid of it. I get that carpet probably isn't as healthy because it can gather more dust, so I've heard. Can you guys hear hammering? So I think my dad's doing some work, construction work at the moment. It's a bit distracting. Keep forgetting the ladder sections. Is this the... I was silly and I've painted over the map instead of getting another layer and doing it. I was very silly doing that. Okay, it's fine. I think it's here, so... Really, I could paint this, couldn't I? Could I? Seems not. So close to moving to England somewhere that isn't the US? No, I can't. Yeah, right. I mean, the UK isn't amazing at the moment, but it's probably still better than what the US is like. There's some very worrying stuff going on at the moment. It's just really... all this talk... Like, I don't like talking about politics on my stream because I think it can be a cause for conflict because we're all different and that's fine. I respect other people's opinions, but I just want to say that all this stuff about abortion and making it illegal is just horrifying. And I just hope that it doesn't happen. No, I can't. No, you can't what? Oh, I wasn't going to mention it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to mention it either, but it's a scary world. It's so important that unwanted pregnancies and that people shouldn't be forced because it just makes society even more of a mess than it already is. It's very bad for a lot of reasons. It's a sad. What a topic I walked into. Yeah, might as well mention it. I'm not going to hide when I feel very strongly about something, I will mention it. How are you doing, Moon Shadow? I hope you're having a good day. Can't remember what I was going to say. Yep. Is this our map then? I shouldn't have painted over the... Right, I need to remember how to do this. Right, I think what I do is put this into Photoshop now, but it has to be a certain size, so... Let's find our maps. Again, I can't find my things because there's so many folders and I don't know where I keep everything. Okay. I'm sure I've got a PSD file of this somewhere. Been under the weather for about a week, tummy issues. Oh no, are you feeling better now? I hope you're feeling better. Ready to kick butts and all that. Okay, so what size is this? 360, 240. Okay. So, gotta get rid of the grid. I smoothed out the map as well. I can't remember if I did that in graphic scale or Photoshop. I think I did it in graphic scale actually. Just, it makes it look a bit less square. So I could do that now. I'll do it on another layer though. So for those that don't know, I'm making a mini map at the moment for our new forest dungeon section. And then we can start adding enemies onto it. But I want it to look, it looks a little bit square at the moment. So I'm just going to try and smooth it over a bit. Minimap Poo. I haven't actually said Carol the Barrel's name once in the last week. Someone dared me to not ever say Carol the Barrel for a whole stream. And I've definitely done that. It proves that I don't have an obsession with wooden things. Which I'm glad about, because that would be a bit weird, but we're all right. Hi, Silent and Lost. How are you doing today? Happy Friday. We're doing some mini maps. And for those of you that don't know, I managed to get our parallax map working. It's basically all done. We've got a few things to add, such as some cliff decorations. We want to make the cliffs look a little bit more, you know, real. So we'll put like cracks, flowers, grass, vines, dirt, all on them. But we're leaving it for now because that's quite a time-consuming task. So at the moment we're just getting our mini map done for this section, and then we're gonna add some enemies. We looked at the enemies that won the poll, and I basically just done a rough idea of which enemies are going to appear on what map. Could change, but it's nice to have a little guide. Hi Sora, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Scribbing pixels? Indeed I am. It's a good software this is. If you like pixel art or graphics scale's pretty good. There's a bit of a learning curve though. Can be a little bit confusing at first. Okay, so that makes it look a little bit smoother and less blocky. So, oh, we missed a bit. So now we're going to resize it. 306. Oops, I'm silly. We need to merge that layer. It's totally normal to be obsessed with barrels. Are you obsessed with barrels, Silent? Thanks to you. I mean, if it wasn't for you, the barrel wouldn't even be a thing in this game. It's a blessing that it was created. It's all done. Was it just as time consuming and annoying as you figured it was going to be? Actually, doing the tree tops, like walking into the trees, wasn't too bad when I started doing it off stream. It was all right, not too bad. I think it's going to be worth it in the long run doing the maps like that, for sure. Enemy number 4 looks awesome. Show again. Hi Blind, how are you doing? Yeah, let's get it up. Enemy number 4 is the tree, guys. It's the big scary tree. We've met so far. I'm planning to introduce him on our final screen, but I might introduce him on screen 5 because this is our boss screen. Scene 6 is. Our boss will be here as well, so might introduce him here. We'll see, but this is just a rough idea. But so far we've done screen 1 and 2, and we're kind of working on screen 3. Screen 3 is where the first destination for the main quest is, and then we'll lead up here. This'll be a good dungeon when it's done, I hope. Are you making the minimap to be perfectly to scale or more of a guideline for quest markings, etc.? Well, it'll be like as accurate as possible. It's not going to be like 100% precise. Like I've gone over the bits that the player can walk on and what the bits that they can't are in the darker blue. So it's kind of accurate. I had the actual map underneath this and just scribbled the pixels on top. And when it's at a reduced size, it'll work fine. And basically what will be on the mini map will be the player marker. Sorry about the noise, guys, if you can hear that. I can. I'm wondering if my mic picks that up. Yes, I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, the player marker will be there. The quest destinations and also the enemies as well will probably be little red circles. Are you making the minimap to be oh yeah, that tree is pretty cool looking. The tree, the boss. Well, we haven't decided who the boss is going to be quite yet. We're going to do that together in a poll when it gets to the time. What I'll probably do is do a poll with a few enemies on there, and the enemy that gets the most votes will be the boss. So that'll be fun. But I suppose the big trees sort of like will be the mini boss of the dungeon, maybe. But there might be yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But it is going to be the toughest enemy other than the boss. I want to see how close I am to inserting myself into this game. 48 hours, that's awesome. Guys, can you hear the construction work in the background? Like, it's a bit distracting me a little bit, but if you guys can't hear it, then I don't mind. I don't mind if I'm the only one that hears it, that is. But yeah, Silent, you need to get in there. Awesome. Ugh. Bright pink. Gross. The reason why that's there is because it was my transparent colour at one point. I changed it back to white though. Okay, so at the moment I'm just resizing it, the scale that it needs to be. So that should be it. Now, I'm sorry if that pink has hurt your eyes. It's not very pleasant. Okay. So there should be a PSD file of this, which will make it easier. Oh my goodness, I forgot something. Oops. Right, we're gonna have to go back. One sec. Okay. Layer. That's better. Okay, so I missed something. What I missed was this building here. We use another colour for the buildings, which is like a medium colour blue. But this building is going to be our little bank. It's going to be where people can earn raindrops by doing sort of monster hunting quests, maybe. That's like one idea. But we can decide more about what those sort of quests can be when we start doing them. Because then it'll give more of a purpose to killing the enemy mobs. Otherwise people could be like, yeah, let's just run past it. We don't need to fight it. And then they'll be under-leveled. But if there's like a sort of place for doing quests, like kill a certain amount of mushrooms, or kill a certain amount of toxic plant enemies, and you'll get 200 raindrops for it. That's about 2/5 of the way there, the border. Got to make sure the transparency is the exact same settings for consistency. Yeah, that's why I'm after the PSD file, because I want to make sure it's the same. It'll be a disaster otherwise. You seem to strike me as a kind of perfectionist. I am. I'm too much of one, Silent. It's my downfall. I can be that much of one that it can send me over the edge. So I've tried to get out of my perfectionist habits, and I actually have done a pretty good job of that over the years, and it's been healthier for me. But it still creeps up on me from time to time. Okay, so I'm going to just make this a little bit transparent so we can see the building. Okay, so that should be right now. Yep. Okay. That was the only thing I forgot, the building. Now we can do what we was doing again before. 360. Because we're going to be keeping the maps the same size, really. We're going to be consistent with our map sizes. Because basically this area is the same size as Lakeful, and so is the next map, and all the other maps will be as well. Because we don't want the maps to be too large, because parallax mapping can start to get a bit laggy then, otherwise. Right, we need to find this PSD file. Maybe I'm going to go hunt for it, guys. I might take a minute or so looking for it. It could be what's it called? It's Minimap Lakefall. I would have been silly to not save this as a PSD, so it has to be somewhere. Laggy, do you mean the actual playback of the gameplay render gets laggy? That's not good, I know. It's a problem actually, and I'll admit it was something that made me want to not do parallax mapping, because a few people say it can cause lag having the maps as images instead of tiles. But it was just too tempting to go for the parallax mapping, because without that I wouldn't have been able to do the flowers the way they've done them, and I'll also be limited in the future how I can design the maps. So it just allows for more possibilities and for what we want the maps to look like doing it that way. But I think there's a little bit of lag I've noticed in the game, but maybe a different plugin will help. I've heard that the current plugin I'm using can make it more laggy, and there might be an alternative one that does a better job. There's always a solution for things, and what we have to realise is that a big percentage of people that use this for games use parallax mapping. Parallax mapping is very popular, and a lot of the pros go for it over tiles. So if it works for them, it can work for me. We've got to just figure out how to make it work. But I'm probably being a bit fussy. It might not be as laggy as I think, but I still want it to be good. Number 1, 69. Yep. I remember we had one of our viewers called Cone was number 69 on the rain board at one point, and he says he wanted to stay in that position forever. You can probably manage making city maps without using the parallax mapping. So sometimes, maybe, yes. Like Lakefall is okay as a tile, but I kind of want to add some flowers to Lakefall now so it can blend in with the forest a little bit, rather than having no flowers and then all of a sudden you've got flowers. But yeah, some maps we might not need to do the parallax mapping for, but it's nice to have it as a possibility. I have enough raindrops for you to get to 10k. Yeah, how long is it going to take? But it's true, Silent and Lost and Rex combined would be 10k. So Rex has to be here for as long as Silent's been here to get to 10k. I need to find this silly PSD. If I haven't saved this as a PSD, I'm going to have a word with myself. It's very unlike me to not do that. Because it just makes this process really difficult now, and just having a flat PNG instead of PSD. Well, not really difficult, I can get around it, but it's just a silly. I don't think I have. I don't think I've got. I'm using the search now. Looks like I haven't saved this as a PSD. What was I thinking? I know that I saved the border as one, though. I remember having that border set. Oh. It's a... I found it. We good. I was going to say, if I didn't have that saved as a PSD, my goodness. Why is this just blue? It's a flat image, we should see the whole map. There we go. I get rid of the icons. So glad that we've got it. I actually thought I didn't have it saved as a PSD then. Now delete the corners. Oops, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. Here we go. I really need that plugin where the Cass was going on about earlier. Okay, so this is 85% opaque. Awesome. So let's get this saved and put in RPG Maker, yeah? Sal and Rex combined. You two make a good team. I still think you should both be a comedy duo. Both of you together. Needs to happen. Okay, mini map, Everbloom, Forest. Okay, I'm excited to see this map in the game. Let's put it in then. There's a little bit of setup for getting the map in game, but it shouldn't be too bad. Right, so how did we do it for like 4? Let's have a look in. Right, we show it's picture 1. So really what we need to do is copy and paste this, I think, and just change the image. I think we did it the same for the... Yeah, we're going to have to copy that bit too. Because all that script does is erase what the previous screen's pictures, and that needs to be done. Otherwise, you will still have the previous maps images, and it's all very, very complicated, sort of. But, okay. So move that on there, and we'll do another event. Parallel. So when it's parallel, that means it starts immediately when the player enters the screen. The other triggers by action button and player touch and things. Okay, so I think that should hopefully work. Maybe it won't, but we can test it and see. Might have missed something though, I usually do. You're not funny? You are though. You're silly. Is it opposite day or something? We'll tell all the jokes in your bite. You mean pooter sounds. What's the program you're using to make the game? It is RPG Maker MV Blind. It's on Steam. I'm not sure if it's on sale at the moment, but it does often go on sale. And it becomes a lot more reasonable then for price. Because it can be a little bit pricey when it's not on the sale. Everything is coded in binary. Yeah, word bad, imagine. Enjoy your BRB, Rex. Cool, you was curious. Yeah, it's good because it's very good for people. You don't even really have to be a coder or anything. I used the RPG Maker software when I was a kid. Like when I was about 12, I used RPG Maker 2000. I made a game then, it was very rubbish, but it was fun. So, yeah, you can... As long as you know your way around software, it's not too difficult to put something together in this piece of software. Hi Demi, how are you doing today? You having a good day? We're testing our mini map at the moment. I've just made the mini map. I also want a custom loading screen. It'd be prettier. Oh well, we've made some mistakes. You know, whenever it comes up, there's mistakes. Yeah, the map looked a bit messed up as well for some reason. I think it's definitely this event that's caused it. I'm not smart enough to figure it out sometimes. But yeah, I didn't change the picture like a big silly. There we go. It will show that map now. The player indicator should be there too, and that's all the positioning, so that should work fine. There was an error for some reason. I probably should have read what that was, but it might have been to do with that. I think the problem is as well is that I might have to start a new game, because sometimes being on a certain screen and changing the parallel events can be a bit messy and cause errors. I might have to start a new game. Yeah, let's just delete this for now. What I'm going to do is go back to Lakefall and save it there. And then come back down to this screen. I want to play that game. What game? How are you doing anyway, Debbie? Oops, I've accidentally run into the hidden slime. You know what I mean? There seems to be an extra long loading screen. That's what the problem is. Like, this shouldn't happen. I have no idea why the battle system's taking forever to load. But it should be an easy enough fix. I'll just Google the issue and there might be something to fix that. Too uncomfortable to lie down? It's hot where you are? It's cooled down a bit today in England. It has been hot this week though. Hasn't been very pleasant. I'm speed running. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just save here and then I'm going to put that event back there and then come back to this screen and see if that makes a difference, because sometimes there's an error because, yeah, we'll see anyway. Do you have to like reload the battle system without rendering the graphics? Normally it was fine. Before I did the parallax mapping, the loading screen seemed to be normal, but it has slowed down. I'm not sure how exactly it works because I'm not the biggest tech expert, but this is why I rely on my techie friends and people on the internet when I Google problems to help me. And the RPG Maker forum is really good as well for support. You're being tortured in Darksiders 1? Oh no, you can do it, Black Mamba. It's hot. It's been getting humid the last few days. Yeah, I like normal weather. Just normal, not too cold or not too hot. Like once you've done the first battle load, I'm guessing the other battles load fine. Yeah, actually Silent, I think that's true. It's always that first one. Okay, there is a problem. Cannot read property of set. Okay, I have no idea what that means, but I am pretty sure it's to do with this. I'm going to see if it might be clashing with that other parallel event, so I'm going to just delete that one and see. Because that script works totally fine on the other maps. Not until you beat 1 and 2. Okay, so we know it's worked. it was a clash with the other map, but look at the mess of that map now. Yeah, this is okay, so the map's all there. We know that it's working and the character thingy-majiggies there, but we gotta make it work now. So maybe I should put that on the same one. So what I'm gonna do is copy and paste those and put them here. It looks so good. I want to play. You like that? You like how it looks? Well, we are going to release it by episodes, so you don't have to wait forever for the whole game to be done. Once we get to a reasonable amount of hours through, we'll probably release episode 1, and then we'll be working on episode 2 while peeps are playing episode 1. But for those that are new to the stream today, if you do want to read more about how the project works, we got some info here. We usually vote on polls quite often about where we take the story, but we haven't really been doing that the last few streams. It's mainly been more mapping streams the last week or so. But next week we're going to get back into some polls, because we'll be deciding what skills the enemies are going to have and stuff. Because we've got all our little enemies that you guys voted for that you like. They're now going to be in the forest. We're going to have to think of some creative skill names for them. I bet you Silent and Lost will say Pooter for the toxic plant. There's going to be a skill called Pooter, isn't there? I can see it happening. I'm a very patient man. They kept telling me it was a virtue. That was trippy. What's trippy? I feel like I'm missing whatever. I want to know what's trippy. Okay, I think it's going to work this time. It better. Waiting is the quickest way to succeed. Silent and Lost is full of wisdom. He's just like this tree here. This tree is going to be coming out with some words of wisdom. Yay, it works. Unfortunately though, the player indicator's not moving for some reason. Also, I might actually want to make there's these little paths at the top of the cliff that I didn't include on the mini map, but part of me wants to, because there will be a ladder up here eventually that comes down from that to here, because there'll be a shortcut. Because that part at the top where that path is going to lead to the last screen of the game, and it's going to be a ring as the which is pretty neat, because then it'll save everybody having to go all the way around. So we need to figure out how to, we'll just save the game first. We'll try and figure out why that player indicator is not working. Also, we need to do page 2 with that as well, for if people turn the map off. Yeah, I don't know if I want these on the same page. Well, I might try this and see if this works. I think it's because we're erasing all the images, so Should be fine then, because they're image 98 and 99. I know, a lot of the time I have to just experiment because I'm not a pro. Okay, let's see how that does. Hi Kung, how are you doing? I'm Valk. How are you guys this Friday? You looking forward to the weekend? Trippy was the map misrendering during the last test. Oh, now I know what you was talking about. I'm so forgetful. I'm like, hang on, what do you mean? But now I know. Okay, it's working, I think. And see, the battle screen loads that time. That's what it should be. Fast. So sometimes it's fine, and other times it's not. It's always that first time though when it's slow. And our HUD is kind of getting there more now. We still got some little screens to do on the HUD, but it's tidier than it was. But yeah, as you can see, we've got a mini map, and you can see the player walking on it fine, and it all works. It's all in the right position. So it's not too hard to set up when it's done, and you can turn it off as well. Okay, so I haven't done the trigger for turning it on and off yet, but we can do that. Why is this map a mess? Okay, this is weird. So, as you saw then, it looked to right state and then it all went into position. So, I think what's happening is the parallax map is taking a few seconds to load in. Like, that took about 5 seconds for it to load in. So, it's been slow. I'm going to have to see if there's another plugin that speeds things up. Or I'm at least going to post on the support forum and mention my problem and see if there's a way around it, because there's so many people do the parallax mapping thing, and I'm sure they've overcome these issues somehow. So it's not going to scare me off parallax mapping, because I believe there'll be a way to sort this out, and it'll probably work now. It'll be there straight away. Yeah, it's always that first time it loads in. But once you've already been there, it does it straight away. Should we have a little battle of raindrops? Raindrop battle. How is the game coming along? It's going decently, Kunga. The parallax map is all done now. I can walk under trees, okay? And okay, sorry guys. One sec. Sorry about that. I got disturbed. I don't like getting disturbed, to be quite honest. I just want to be left alone in my room. Okay, now let me catch up with chat. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying because I got disturbed, but yeah, I've done the parallax map. I can go under the trees now, which is pretty neat. That was the problem we was having last stream, but that's all fixed now. So what I've been doing today is getting the mini map done. As you can see, we've got a mini map for this section now. We still got to do the mini map for the second screen though. But the main thing I only done today was it for the first screen, because we're going to be adding some enemy sprites to the map today. And that'll be neat. We'll do that now, I think. Let's make sure we've saved it. Going to practice with child editor mapping more this weekend. Awesome, Valk. That sounds fun. How's your game coming along, Val? Hope it's going all well. Losing big time because of the trip. Yeah, Kung's been on holes. Sounds like you've had a blast. And hi, Serial, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Sorry I'm so behind with chat, guys. Been away a lot too. Not that much of a lead. You're both doing awesomely, and I'm proud of you. I don't know. Do you guys like these sort of glasses? Because I don't. I despise them. This got brought up upstairs to me just. They're not the sort of glasses I like. They're just too thin, and I always feel like they'll topple over. I like the really short, stubby glasses. They just scare me. With all my electrical equipment, I don't want that happening. So it's staying right over there. Stupid glass. Stupid glass. Go away. Really like the look of the game. Flowers and trees. Thank you, Kung. It is. It's a lot more. Feels a lot more pretty now. I mean, before that was how it looked before we turned it into a parallax map. We still got a lot to do though. We're about 80% with the map. I want to put some sort of stuff on the cliffs to make the cliffs look a bit more old and like, you know, old and like lived in. Because they look a bit perfect at the moment. We've still got to do a shadow for the bridge as well. But when that's done, I'd say we're there with the map. And yeah, we're getting there. Miss your face, man. You've been hard at this for a bit. I have. I mean, remember the day when all we had was this, though, guys? At one point, that was all we had, and we've come far. We've come far. I don't like thin glasses. I'm afraid I'll break them. What's wrong with the glass? You know what I mean, guys? It's one of these like long thin glasses that could topple over. Like, I know that if I had this next to me, it would be on the floor in seconds. I would just knock it over. I always like the glasses that are short and like stubby. The thick ones. They're the best ones. And Kung knows what I mean. Like big plastic thick ones that don't transfer heat as well as glass. I'm just imagining that you pick up your beverage and squeeze with all your might as you take a drink and the glass shatters. Ouch, that'd be painful. You don't like, yeah, the tallness. I wouldn't mind the tallness if it was chubby. I just don't like the thin at all. Give me those chubby glasses any day. Okay, so what we're going to do, we've got Mr. Slime here. He's been our enemy template for a while. But what we're going to do now is we're going to turn him into the toxic plant. And we're going to make him walk around the screen as well. And we're going to probably put a couple of them there. Maybe one on each little path. So we need to find a silhouette, or we're going to look for a sprite that looks like the same shape as the toxic plant and turn it into a silhouette. So what's our toxic plant look like? Okay, so what I've done is I've put in Google. Here you go, you can see anyway, it's all here. I didn't realise I've still got display capture up. Here I am staring at it and you guys can see anyway. So as you can see, I've put in RPG Maker and the Monster Sprites plant. And I'm looking for something that could represent the toxic plant. That looks weird. See, that's more like a flower. It's not got a flower shaped face. And it doesn't have to be exact because it's going to be a silhouette anyway. But I still want to kind of get the shape. Yeah, that's the plant we're using. So it's got leaves, and then it's got a stem, and then it's got a face, a round face. I feel like that is pretty close to it, but it also isn't either. See, that could work. Maybe that could work. Let's have a look. Hi, Living on Edge, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good Friday. Yay, have a good BRB, Black Mamba. Really sorry to leave you soon. Have to go upstairs and manage my father who fell and got massive... Oh no, I hope he feels better soon, Kung. That sucks. Good luck. This game is going to be epic. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I hope he's going to be alright, Kung. Okay, so... Damn, here we got a lot of graphics. Where's the one? Where's our plant friend sprite? Where's he hiding? There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. Let's get off display capture though, because all my file explorer will open. You'll see everything. So okay, so toxic plant PNG. Now we can open it in Photoshop and we'll turn them into a silhouette and see what they look like. We'll see if they fit with the look of our toxic plant. Currently eating breakfast, so I'm doing well. Oh, what brekkie have you got? I hope it's yummy. I had egg for breakfast today. Okay, so we'll copy this layer. Now, what's the best way to create a silhouette? Well, that's worked for those ones there. We can also do it like this probably as well. Just put a cool colour overlay over it. See, like, really, like, sometimes the actual look of the sprite doesn't have to be exactly like it. Makes you wonder what the hell that is as a silhouette. It looks funny. I forgot what our toxic plant looks like now. But he does have leaves over his head and he's like a walking stem. And I think you can kind of gather from that that's a sort of walking stem, maybe. So we'll see what that looks. We'll save it anyway and we'll put it in the game and see how it looks when it's walking. So... Okay, so bye Mr. Slime. you're going now. So we got a few variations we can use. We can either use some of the bigger ones or some of the smaller ones. We'll have a look and see which one looks the best. But he needs to walk, so say random. Okay, we'll load the game and see. We'll see how it looks. So he's there. Ham and cheese omelette. I'm glad it's delicious. I keep going for my milkshake, but at the same time I don't want to have it up here because I'm just scared I'll spill it everywhere. I did that once. I'm not sure who knows about that event, but my most viewed clip of all time is me spilling a milkshake. It was very, very bad. Gotta get some real stuff done now, so I will be lurking. Oh, thank you for the lurk though, Edge. I appreciate you giving me a lurk. And I hope you get your stuff done and it goes alright. So as you can see, we have an enemy walking around. What we're gonna do? Why did he walk over the tree? There looks like there's a little bug in that tree. But he walks under it, that's the main thing. When we walk into him, it triggers the battle. So all the toxic plants are going to be that shape. Oh my goodness, I'm talking and you guys can't even see the screen. Yeah, this is why I need to download that OBS plugin. Apparently we might have a solution for it, because at the moment I'm doing a lot of window captures and I'm forgetting what screens I've got up and which ones I haven't got up. But let's escape the battle. Still got to do the hood bit for that. Okay, so yeah, we've got our silhouette here. He looks more like a flower head than a plant head, but who cares? So, right, we're gonna make him a little red icon on the screen. That'd be cool. So let's think how we can go about this. Viewers here, the milkshake incident was hilarious. It was, wasn't it? I'm just glad I made you laugh. It was a moment people will remember forever. People seem to like it a lot just because of the views the clip got anyway. Sandwiches. What's everybody's favourite sandwich? Okay, so what I want to do is I'm looking for this guy. Did he have a... I forgot how I did this now. Shouldn't be too hard to do, I just need to think about how I'm going to go about it. Oh, this is the trigger for the map, so I do need to put that on the Everbloom Forest screen as well, so people can turn the map on and off. Okay, so I think this could work. So we'll see, we'll test it anyway. So second page, but that can be parallel. This might not work first time, but we'll use the player indicator one for now, but we'll change it to a red colour after. Bacon, ham and Swiss. I like egg. I think I do have an egg obsession. But I like bagels with salmon on and those little green things I forgot the name of. My sister did those for me once and I loved them, but I don't really have them at home. Okay, so it's not there, and that's because I think I didn't put the icon for it. If I put the icon now, will that work though? I'm not sure if it will, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that's it, Blind. It's chives, isn't it? I forgot the name of them, but they are like little round, sort of green pickle looking things. And yeah, my sister made me some bagels with salmon, those, and cheese on them, and yeah, cream cheese, and they were lovely. Big fan of those. Okay, so it's not moving now. I did practice this on an event in Lakefall at one point and it worked, so we can get it to work somehow. We'll just delete this page for a sec. Maybe it's because it's needs to be the first page, maybe. Let's see. Needs to be in a different event. Yeah, is that what it is, White? I'm assuming there's a clash. Why are you walking over the cliffs? You're not meant to. Oh my goodness. How is it doing that? It's meant to be blocked. You know what it is? I know what it is. I know exactly what's going on here. Let's look at our region restrictions. Okay. What a silly monster. Okay. Region restrictions. Yeah, so it only works for player alive. That's why. We need to do it for events as well. Okay, so all allow. We'll do it on all. There we go. Hopefully that'll work. Hopefully all includes the player as well. I was like, how the hell is it walking across there? And then I remembered that we're using region restrictions. So, and I hadn't done the same for events. Okay, so I did get rid of the, like, this is its own event now, but yeah, so it can't be the same one. I see that makes sense, which is weird because on Lakefall, it worked for that one, but I don't know. Fair enough. We'll have to do a separate event, but how are we going to do this? What event? Should we just do a random event up here? Should we just do one in the corner? Will that work? also pull that back. Hair touch. And we have to change the, so what's the event number? So it's number 9. We're gonna have a few enemies on the map, so hopefully whatever method we get working will be easy. I've got the burps, guys. Since the indicator needs to update constantly, it needs to be on its own event, as events can only read one page at a time. Otherwise, all you'd have is an event that makes the indicator and nothing else. Okay. Right, so what I've done now, would that work, do you think? I've put it in the corner on a parallel trigger, and it's there, and I've done it for event 9. Ooh. This is why it's screwed up, I think. I have it on the wrong... Why is it? I know I did copy and paste it from that one, but how does that work again? I need to do variables then of the event. Is that right? My goodness. Because I've got the player indicator, I've got the main quest. Completely slipped my mind. Okay, so that also explains why it didn't work. Enemy 1. Sometimes I don't know if I should just call it enemy 1 or really go descriptive and call it Everbloom Forest enemy 1. Because then at least I'll remember that it was in the Everbloom Forest when we get later on in the game. Because I am a bit worried that all these variables will overwhelm me when we have absolutely thousands of them. But we'll manage with that for now. I'm confused though, I'm a bit confused. Like I said last time, my brain doesn't work very well on stream. I feel like I'm missing something. I have to make that be the variable. And I haven't, have I? Have I missed something here? I feel like I have. Name the enemy events. Make sure you're using a freed pick ID. Yes. Which I also haven't done. Oh my goodness, this is going to get overwhelming. It was a few weeks ago though when I did the last mini map. So once I get into the groove of things, I'm hoping that it'll be a piece of cake and I'll remember all this stuff. Okay, so pictures. Player indicator. Right, so I've opened Photoshop now, and this is the player indicator. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new image. And this is going to be the enemy one, but we're going to change the colour. We don't even have a red. That's sort of red, isn't it? Sort of. Fantasia! My goodness, thank you so much. We got lag again. It's Streamlabs fault.
IDMTC a tweet to retweet less than 3.
You didn't see a tweet to retweet? Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter. I'm kind of, haven't been doing live tweets lately. I might go back to doing that soon. But I am kind of having a break from Twitter. Thank you so much for the 19 months, Fantasia. That's so Kind of you, and I appreciate you. Let's give some hype to Fantasia, guys. How is your Friday treating you? Hope it's going well. And thank you for the host as well. Using evented systems is usually a lot of work. Yeah, it is. I think it's worth it though. It just makes the game. I like that the game will have a map and indicators and stuff on them. I think it'll be worth it anyway. Okay, so where's our red gone? I feel like we don't really have a red here. It's more like a pink to me, but we'll see how it looks. We can always change it after. Enemy indicator 1. So let's see if this works. I feel like I'm missing something, like something's not going to work here, but we'll test it and say. Like, I feel like there's something I've forgot. I miss Rose and her streams. Ah, well, I'm here now, aren't I? And so are you. Yay. Still seeing Photoshop? Yeah. Yeah, it's hard work, all these window captures, guys. It is. I need something that's going to make my life easier in that regard. 75 hours. Yeah, it still hasn't shown up. My lovely plant isn't moving either still. Oh, it is now. But he hasn't got his indicator. So we've done something wrong. I feel it's to do with the variable. I don't think we've even assigned it, have we? But I forgot how to do that. Okay, yeah, I don't think let's have a look again at our thingy. Yeah, it's still main quest. That's the problem when you copy and paste, isn't it? You forget. Okay, well at least we know now, and now that's done, it should, I'd say it'll work. I knew something was wrong. I was like, I've missed something here. So this definitely wouldn't work if it was attached to the event then. X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. Cool. So that should work now. It should 100% work. Forgot, yeah. What I should do is probably make a notepad file of all the things that I have to change. That way I'll remember. Okay, so I see the indicator on the map, but it isn't in the right position. And it's still as well, it's also not moving. Okay, it has just moved. My player indicator's right. That's in the perfect position. Seems like it's moving. Yeah. He's going down the ladder. Probably make a path for him actually, rather than let him be random. So I wonder why that is. I think my husband would like this game. You think? Oh, that's very encouraging to hear, Black Mamba. I mean, we're still like very much in the early stages. We've just done the first village and we're in the middle of the first dungeon. The story literally hasn't even begun, but it's going to be fun when we start putting it together. I mean, the battle system, mechanics and that are going to slowly come together in the next week, I'd say. Because we're at the point now where we're adding the enemies to the map. So next stage is thinking of skills for ourselves and for the enemies, and we're having to think of items as well, like this game's version of potions. So we'll be doing a lot of name decisions, I'd say, next week. Okay, so it seems like the red dot is like a little bit higher than it should be, and sometimes it moves and sometimes it doesn't, which is so I've definitely missed something again. Just figuring out what it is. Right, yeah, we definitely need to... I'm definitely going to have to make a note of this and save it somewhere so that every time I do a new event, I'm going to remember what I need to do. Look at this guy, you've got a roaming enemy. I have Rex, we're in the middle of getting its little red indicator on the map as well. But there's a few little things that aren't kind of working with it yet, but we're nearly there. What do you think of him? Do you think he looks like the plant? It was the closest sprite I could find to the plant. You copied this one from a still indicator, so you should probably have some coordinates off place. Maybe try comparing the player one. Okay, right, maybe that's the problem. 435, 429, 5. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, I've tried to keep it consistent, so yeah, it should be the same. And it is definitely event 9. Map X. Is map the right one? Is map the right one here? Have a look. Yeah. Center. Have we got it on center? Yeah, it should be this. It should be the same. I shouldn't have to change the numbers here because this map is the exact same size as Lakefall's map. I'm keeping them the same size on purpose, so I don't have to be messing around with these figures. So I'm trying to think, like, everything seems the same. So it's weird. And it's definitely event 9. Yeah. It works, kind of. Let's try again, but maybe we'll figure it out together if we have a little peek. Yeah, it's not even the it's like saying it's there by the bridge to the right of the bridge, and it's totally not. And I don't want to have to change the numbers to make it be in place because really I shouldn't have to. The map's the exact same. I'm going to double check those numbers again, but seriously, they are definitely the same. Weird, very weird. I spent a good few hours making sure those numbers were accurate, and it took ages to get them right. But eventually it worked, and it's the player indicator is literally perfect and exactly how it should be. Oh my goodness, I think I might know what it is. Okay, one sec. I think I've messed up the X and Y coordinates. I'm not 100% sure though, but I might have. I'm gonna look, because this is like, it's X, Y, X, 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 Y, 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 and I think on the other one I had X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. Now, I've just print screened it anyway, and I'm gonna look and compare them, and then I'll know. Yeah, X, Y. Yeah, that needs to be an X. And that needs to be a Y. That's what it is. I'm pretty certain now. Something like just being sloppy with the X indicators. That's all it was. But it should work now. Number 100, you changed to 90. Try changing it back to 100. That's to do with the event erasing though. So I think it's definitely to do with this. Let's have a look. It looks like it's kind of right in the right position now. Yeah, I think it is. We've done it. That's what it was. Okay, so we've got a roaming enemy, guys. Progress. Progress indeed. So the next thing to decide is how many enemies we're going to have in the map. But we're not going to just have the plant guy. I think we're going to have a flower enemy as well on this map. To be honest, he looks kind of like a flower as well. He's definitely got a flower head. Yay, well done. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I think what I want to do as well. Oops, I didn't let you guys see. I'm so sorry. This is bloody stupid, I will say. I just realised I hadn't even got the game up for you all. Or did I? I might have, but I'm so forgetful, I forget. So I'm going to just show you again. But it works. Hi JM, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? But yeah, it's awesome because this map is nearly very close to being done. Like, we gotta just put a few more cliff decorations up. And same for the second map. And I've got to do the mini map of the second map as well. And the cliff decorations for that. But then basically, literally, them two maps are done. So we can really just concentrate on enemies and getting all the battles and everything balanced next week. I'd say that'll be next week's goals. And then maybe the week after we can start doing the story as well. We'll have the trigger event and we can start the next part of the main story and where the quest leads. And then, oh my gosh, we'll have to do screens 4, 5 and 6 of the dungeon after that too. And that'll lead to the final boss. Well, the only boss of this dungeon. Yay! But how cool is that? We can actually see a roaming enemy on the mini-map now with his little red indicator. Definitely feels like you've done something when you see it, when you see a game work like that. Feel like you're making progress. Okay, so right, yeah, so here's our little guy. At the moment he's walking random. He's got a random movement, and I think I want to have a custom route for him so he's not just going all over the place, because he was going down the ladder, the little silly thing, he was walking down the ladder and down here. So I want to keep, I think it will be cool to have, to be honest, I don't know if he should be our first enemy. Maybe we should, maybe he should, because the cute little flower. Now let's get our paint file up again. Yeah, you can see it anyway. Our little screen one. Oh no, it's the shroom. The flower and the bee are on map 2. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way, but I kind of liked the flower and the bee being together because it fits with the theme. Flowers and bees. But we could have the flower and bee on the first map if we wanted. I think they look more evil than those two. And it'd be nice to start with a cute enemy first, like the flower, maybe. But we're gonna look for we'll probably look for the sprites for a flower, the bee. We'll need a flying sprite for the bee, and a mushroom one as well. It shouldn't be too difficult. There'll be assets for something that looks like those, I'd say. Now make sure the indicator disappears when you kill the enemy. Yes. The sad fact is though, poor Jesus isn't strong enough to kill him yet. Jesus is weak. I'll show you exactly how bad Jesus is in battle right now. We'll try and kill him, but we won't. He's too strong for him. So I did the TP bar a bit differently. Something I realised is that it was a bit heavy with bars having the TP bar be down there as well. So it's sort of like a limit break in a way. You gather every time you get hit, this yellow bit increases. So you'll see when the toxic plant hits Jesus, it slowly increases. I've kind of done it so there's like 5 little blocks. So I'm not exactly sure how to get the TP to fill up a certain amount, but I've got to look into that. But yeah, when it's got 5 blocks, that means it's full. But yeah, he's dead now. Jesus is dead. See, you can't kill him. Too strong. Just make the toxic plant have 1 HP. Jesus keeps missing. You can't even hit him. We gotta sort him out. We gotta make him strong. So we have 2 classes. We have a warrior and a hunter. And the player gets to choose which one they want to be. You can be whichever one you want. And so we're going to have to sort out what we're going to have for these. Skills, etc. We'll probably be doing a lot of that next week. Skill planning, names for skills and things like that. So be prepared for some polls next week. JM, can you program? Not really. I think this project is kind of a way to prove to people that you don't have to be a coder to make a game. So I wouldn't say like I'm a complete noob. I've made websites before, but I'm definitely not what you'd call a coder or a pro or anything like that. So, but thank you. I appreciate being loved. So yeah, we have the enemies here in the stats. So we're gonna have to figure out how to balance it exactly so the enemy's easy enough to kill for what Jesus is at level 1. I haven't used RPG Maker MV before. I'm new to this particular software, so I'm probably gonna have to watch a YouTube video to understand that. But it shouldn't be too difficult because I've used previous RPG makers. So, yep. But you're right, we do need to make sure that it disappears when he's dead. So what we're probably going to have to do for that is similar to what we do with the map trigger. We'll probably just do a switch. we'll probably like new event page switch, which will turn on when the enemy's defeated, and then it will clear the event picture. So that should be straightforward enough. So yeah guys, I'm gonna just have a look and see if we've got any sprites for our other enemies. So what else have we got? We've got a bee. Let's have a look if we've got any bees. Right, that's a human bee. Ah, we don't want a human bee, we want an actual bee. There's a bee there, but we need... Well, that could work, we could make that a silhouette. Or that one. So there's plenty of assets around, and yeah, that could work as well. Yeah, there's a lot of bees. And what else do we have? We have a mushroom. Look how angry that mushroom looks. That's more of a jellyfish. Okay, so we do, as you can see, there's a sprite for a mushroom. Oh my god, there's even a sprite for Stumpy. That can be Stumpy. Because we have an enemy just like that, this guy here. This little tree guy. I'll call him Stumpy. And we got him right here. I love it. So what about flower? Make sure we've got a sprite for flower. Because the one that we kind of use for the plant is very much like a flower. So we could even use that one but edit it a bit, but we'll see. That looks, that scares me, that sprite does. Looks like he'd eat us alive. Have we got a deer sprite? I mean, the deer doesn't come until screen 4. But it's nice to know if we've got one or if we haven't. Found a stag on Google. Ooh, awesome. That's perfect. Why, what? Must save the link to that image. That's great. And it makes me happy to see that we've got sprites for most things, or at least look very similar to some of the enemies. It shouldn't be too hard to get map sprites for the enemies then. We got a bat as well. We're not using bats as enemies in our game. They're too cute. What on earth is that? What sort of creature is that? But yeah, that's the perfect deer. There it is, isn't it? Same one. So it looks like we're going to get our enemies quite easily. Judging by a quick search, it shouldn't be too difficult to find sprites for those. Plans for... I'll let you guys know what I'll be up to between now and next stream. Well, next week we're gonna yeah, we're going to focus on getting the battle system, the enemies all done, making them beatable, some skills for them, make animations pretty. We can decide the animations that the skills will have and stuff, and make it all pretty. And also for Jesus as well, we'll do for what he'd be like as a warrior and as a hunter, because both classes are different, and we got to make it work for both. Also, so yeah, I'd say next stream will be quite focused on the battle stuff, but other than that, what do we have to do? Well, screen 1 and 2, I've got to get the map done for that. We'll put some enemies on here as well. And this is our current screen 3. It's a bit blank at the moment, but I'm probably going to work on that before next stream too. Get the parallax map done for it at least. And I do want to start thinking about getting the as you can see, screen 3 is where the destination for our first main quest is going to be. So we'll have a little conversation with the girl, the little sister of the innkeeper there, and we'll write the next part of the story together, and then I'll start moving on to screen 4, 5 and 6. And then the boss of the forest. And after that, really, it'll be just about going back to Lakefall and doing some side quests together, I'd say, because we want more than just the main quest. We want we want these NPCs to be fleshed out. We've given them personalities, some of them, and they'll have side quests. They'll be totally optional. The side quests will be. You don't have to do them if you play the game, but they will give you good stuff. So the side quest will probably be a mixture of things to do in Lakefall and the Everbloom Forest. So and then I'm sure there'll be more story in this section of the game as well before we move on to another area. But yeah, I'd say a big portion of episode 1 is going to take place in Lakefall. But when we move on from Lakefall, we'll probably still have some of episode 1 in the next area of the game as well. It's hard to put how long in playtime this area is going to be because we haven't done any of the side quests yet, and we don't know how long the main quest is going to take in Lakefall yet. But I think it'd be nice for it to be a few hours, but we'll see. Because I want the NPCs to be interesting. I don't want them to be cardboard cutouts. Okay guys, so I'm happy we did that. We got a few little bits done. We got the enemy working on the map. And our parallax map is basically there. We figured it out. We can go under trees now. There's a little bit of lag, tiny bit of lag, so I'll look into that problem. But it's all good, going good. And we don't have a stream on Monday. It's the last episode of Game of Thrones, and I will be obviously a wreck, so I won't be streaming. But I'll be back on Wednesday. I'll be streaming Wednesday and Friday next week, and then I'll be back again as normal on Mondays the week after. So yay, thanks for hanging out today guys. I think now is a good time to head off. My dinner's nearly done and I'm a hungry one. I could have my milkshake to fill me up, but I don't want to risk spilling it all over my desk. Later. Valk, thanks for hanging out. You're the best guys, and we'll do some battle system stuff on Wednesday. So we'll probably do some polls in Discord. It's been a few streams since we've done a poll, but I think it'll be interesting. We'll come up with some name ideas together for skills and stuff and stuff next week. So I'm looking forward. See you later. Bye, guys. Have a good Friday and a good weekend. You're all awesome. Take care.